This morning we come to one of the most reviled teachings in all of Scripture, at least to the surrounding world. Tim Keller, in his book, The Reason for God, says that, quote, "In our culture, divine judgment is one of Christianity's most offensive doctrines. The modern Western world is sincerely and deeply offended by the idea that there is a God in heaven who will one day judge this world and cast people into eternal hell for their sin." They are sincerely offended. What I mean by that is that this simply does not make sense to the world in which we live. There's no category for something like this. The reason for that, at least in part, is that in the Western world, God has been replaced, moved out of the center of things, and in His place we've inserted individual self. And so the chief end of man is not to glorify God and to enjoy Him forever. The chief end of man, and this is a given in our culture, this is what people know to be true. The chief end of man is to live an authentic, self-willed, self-chosen life. That's what an authentic life is. It's the life that you dream, the life that you choose, you will, you desire. God has nothing to do with it. And it feels profoundly unfair then to the modern man to think that he can live his authentic, self-willed life doing as he chooses to do, going the way he determines to go, determining his own truth. It seems profoundly unfair to that man to think that at the end of his life, he will meet a God who will judge him because he failed to do things God's way. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. I mean, who is this deity, and what in the world makes him think that he has the right to stand as judge over my authentic, self-willed, freely chosen life? Who does he think he is? It is profoundly offensive to people. Unfortunately, He is God, the eternal, unchanging, everlasting, living, righteous God. And one of the things that Jesus does here in the book of Revelation is presses down upon us and upon the God-denying world in which we live, the reality of God, the unavoidable, overwhelming weight, significance, and reality of God. And so our text this morning is specifically about the judgments of God on this world.